In our introduction video, we talked about the different areas that we're going to be talking about in this leadership series for video games and MMOs, everywhere in between. And today we're going to be focusing on leading your peers. And like we touched on in the first video, leading your peers may not be something you do with a title. It may be something that you're doing for yourself, you're doing for your friends or the people around you. So make sure to check out the introduction video. We touched on some of the subjects that we're going to be talking about today, and I hope you enjoy our content here today. So, what does it mean to lead your peers? Leading your peers fundamentally means that you are setting the tone for what the experience is going to be. And you want to make sure that you have the confidence in yourself and what you want to enjoy in the game to be able to speak to that. And you'll find that what we talk about today, when you lean on that confidence, it will allow you to surround yourself with like-minded people or people who are interested in listening to you and are interested in the safe spaces that we discussed in the introduction. And another important concept we're going to talk about is that you want to make sure that there's clarity for everybody involved, your friends, your people that you interact with in games. And you'll find that if people understand what you're wanting out of the relationship, if you're wanting to make sure that the people that are in your community and your close group, they will be able to be more receptive and understanding when you do speak up about something. So let's dig into this. And I'm going to speak to many examples from my experience in MMOs, mostly Guild Wars 2, but I've played many other MMOs over the years, World of Warcraft and New World, anywhere in between. So I'm going to speak to some of the examples that I've come across, maybe talk about some of the missteps that I had and how I've learned to overcome these since then. So the first example that's probably in your mind is toxicity and people around you, people in your groups. How do you prevent toxicity and how do you address it when it occurs? So, if the example I see all the time is somebody being negative or discouraging in voice chat or in the game chat or whatever it might be, and this is something that immediately will make me stop having fun, stop having a good time, and I want to make sure to negate that as much as possible. That's a fast way for me to not be having fun anymore with the game. And what I've found to overcome this, first and foremost, is the importance of calling it out early. So if somebody in your group is behaving a certain way, it's important to identify that and to call it out. And it may not be something you call out publicly. It may be something you message them on the side. It may be something that you uh, mention in voice to them personally. That hey, this is not going to fly with me. I don't appreciate that. And that's awkward to do. But again, if we're thinking about our personal values and what's important to us, it's important to speak to that and to bring it up to people. It's a difficult conversation at times. And you have to be able to navigate that in a way that is calm and focusing on clarifying why you feel that way. If somebody is being very negative or rude to somebody or in the group or to you, the first step is that they may not know the impact of what they said. It might be in the heat of the moment. They might be a lot more outspoken than you. There's a lot of things. And if you jump straight to that they're being rude on purpose, it's going to be a spiral for you. And if you point it out and you mention it to somebody, you'll find that they are very willing to talk about it or to stop what they're doing, and they may not have meant it in the way that you may have taken it in the situation. That being said, there's a lot of people out there who are toxic and they're not going to want to hear it, and they are going to be combative to you. And it's important to know that if you bring it up, you're calm about it, you clarify, and they're still upset with you and they're still being rude, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to not include that person in your future interactions. It's okay to hit that block button. It's okay to hit that ignore button. You tried. You put yourself out there. You said what it is. They're not going to be providing enjoyment for you anymore. Walk away. And it's important to know that. And if you notice, I put that last because a lot of times I see people ignore certain behavior or jump to the negative, and they may have just caught somebody on a bad day. They may have just caught somebody who got wrapped up in the heat of a moment. And it's important to identify that, and to, if they're ignoring what you're putting down, then you want to know when to walk away after you've put yourself out there. The second example that I have is undefined or conflicting values. So, what you may find when you join a new guild or you start playing with some new people is they may not have defined who they are and who they want to be. And that can lead to a lot of conflictions, and it can lead to uh, a situation where you're not having fun anymore very quickly. An example I've found is if you're joining a group doing some hardcore raids and you're trying really hard to do something, and some people are taking it really seriously, some people are just having fun after a hard work day. You have to know what the tone is and understand that. And it's important to clarify and make sure people know. So, something that my group has done is we will have a fun night and we will have a serious night. So, on the fun night, people are expected to be a little less serious, having a little bit more fun. But on our serious night, we want to make sure that people are in the zone, and they're being serious about the game, they're contributing seriously, and that expectation out there helps to overcome that. The third example that I have here is combating loneliness. And when I say that, I mean, I find a lot of players don't have a community or regular people that they associate themselves with, and they may want that. And that can be complicated for people to overcome. And it's okay to express to people that you want to make new friends, you want to have a new community, and you have to be able to say that to people openly. It can be awkward, but what you're going to find is there's a lot of people like you. You're all there, you're playing the same game, you have a lot of similarities already. Why not talk to people and try to see if there's other people that you will have fun with and engage with regularly? And what I've found is that people really will gravitate towards that, and you're not alone for it. My final example that I see in games a lot is overcoming shyness and anxiety. So, every other example that I've given today requires you to be a bit more open than maybe you're comfortable with or that you have in the past. And that's real. And that's real for a lot of people. We all, a lot of people in the video game community, we just want to sit back and play. We have to engage with people for groups, for tough content, for teams, and that can be an awkward situation. What I have found is that if you have your values defined of what's important to you, it's not as awkward anymore. If it's important to me that people are respectful, if it's important to me that people are casual, if it's important to me that people are not speaking over people, not yelling at people, supportive of things, educational, whatever it might be. Those are all separate topics that might be important to you. When you are able to know who you are they're now tangible, they're realistic, and it's something that you'll be able to lean on when you're trying to overcome these examples. You're not alone. You're not alone with this. We're all here playing these games. We're doing these events. We're doing these this tough content. We're doing competitive play. These are all things that bring you together. It's not stuff that brings you apart. So, if any of these examples resonate with you, uh, I hope that you think about how you can overcome these and what you may be able to share with others in the future. And the common theme here is that you're able to really speak to who you are, be true to yourself, lean on that confidence, and that will help you to have a wonderful time in your games again. It'll help you to be able to surround yourself with cool people who are really interested in what you have to bring to the table. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you had a enlightening experience here, and please comment or like and let me know what you think of this in the future. Thanks, everybody. This is Lead Geek.